Good morning and welcome back to day 20 of our $20,000 December challenge. We've got 3 jobs scheduled for today. The first of which was our third job from yesterday that I did not have a chance to get to. Unfortunately, because I ran out of time, I got home at like 4 and it was meant to be dark at 4:30. Sunset was 4:30 and I would have been getting to the job at 4:30. So unfortunately, I got to do that one this morning, but no big deal, no real harm done or anything. So we'll get that knocked out, and then we've got 2 others. One of which is just a powder treatment, and the other one is a powder and a gutter cleaning. That does mean that I'm gonna have to stop by and pick up some more powder. I'll go knock out the first job, and then in between the first and second job, I will stop and get some powder. So we'll be in good shape. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get to it and go get this first job knocked out. So I'll see you there. All right, we are at our first job of the day, and a couple things I wanna point out here. So we got some frost. This time of the year, it gets very difficult to work because of this stuff. So frost is not as big of a deal as you might think. I'm still walking on it just fine. No issues, no slipping. But last year, I ended up actually taking about a month and a half off because I had employees working for me, and I'm not willing to send those guys up there when there's the extra possibility of somebody slipping off the roof. I'm finishing up my 5th year working on roofs, so I'm not too concerned about it. I know how to do this stuff, but I'm not going to send some guy up there to do this. So, but it doesn't bother me too much. The other thing to note, so when you are not working on frosty roofs, in other words, waiting until they're not frosty, some roofs you can get lucky, like this one. Over here, this is all sun. The sun has warmed this part up, right? But if we go back over to this other side, you can actually see the heat from the inside of the house has actually kept the frost off this roof. So what you're seeing over here, right here, and right here, that's all eave. And so the inside of the house is actually, probably because they don't have an attic here, is actually what's melted the frost here. So sometimes you can get lucky and not even have to deal with frost, even though it is this time of the year. So anyways, I've got a little bit of moss. This is the majority of it. Over down here. And that's what we're gonna take care of. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. All right, we just finished up our first job of the day. Went pretty smooth. The only thing is, so I talked about, being able to work on a frosty roof, at least a low sloped one, isn't that sketchy or that big of a deal. The only thing is trying to do a manual moss removal. When the moss freezes, because it's absorbing water, it makes that stuff basically turn into ice. And so when that happens, there's basically no point in trying to do a moss removal. So there was a couple of spots, like on the eaves that I showed you, that it was just not wanting to come off. And so I did the absolute best I could, used some extra powder there, but that's about as much as I could do. So anyways, we got it taken care of, and I did get the mass majority of it off. It was just that one little spot. So it's currently 11:20. I'm going to make a phone call and go and pick up some powder, and then we'll be on to our second job. So I will see you at our second job. All right, so we're making really good time. Picked up powder. I'm now at the second job. Although I'm a bit weirded out, if I'm being completely honest, with being here, because all of the gutters look like they've been recently cleaned. Like there's hardly anything in them. Like at all. Like those little scratches. Those are from somebody's hand scooping them out, so a bit weird. So I guess I'm pretty much just gonna blow off the roof, blow out the gutters, and then powder this and be done. This will take like 10 minutes. So probably gonna have to do a discount of some sort on the gutters, but that's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to this one, and then I guess it'll just be an early day. So anyways, I'll get to it. All right, so this is a first. Turns out that wasn't actually the right roof. I was meant to be on 1611, and my GPS showed 1601 as being 1611, and they're right next to each other. So I estimated and got on the wrong roof. So that kind of sucks. And this roof is a little bit bigger. It's not crazy big, not by a lot. Actually, they're pretty damn similar in size, but this one, as you can see, actually needs some moss removed. And I was expecting to not have to. Luckily, it's not a lot. I'm just going to do, I think, carry on as if kind of nothing happened and knock this one out, because realistically, it's kind of, there was like 2 tiny little spots over there that needed removal, and then there's just a tiny bit, like some of this big stuff over here, and then these kind of first few rows, and then a little bit up here. So I mean, really maybe 10-15 minutes of removal, and then I'll just be powdering the rest, because the rest of the stuff I won't be able to remove. So anyways, yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's never happened to me before. So we're gonna go ahead and get to it, and I will hopefully have a better update next time. All right, so we've just finished up with that job, and I just want to touch on that. That's fucking crazy to me. Remember how when I was up on that last roof, I said that, this is kind of weirding me out. The gutters are completely clean, and there was no roof moss, but that's what they called me out there for. Yeah, well, duh, I was at the wrong fucking house. So I literally did an estimate and went to go and clean the wrong house. That has genuinely never happened before. I think I had an employee go to the wrong house once, purely because I hadn't been out to that one in person. Because usually I'd have directions written down for him in the notes section of our CRM. If it was a difficult one to find, and we'd have like morning meetings to be able to talk to about it. Hey, you got to pay attention here. This one's hard to get to, whatever. But yeah, that's never fucking happened before, so I'm kind of shocked. But it ended up not being a really big deal, because a lot of the moss that was on that house I wasn't able to remove by hand. So in other words, it's not like I just did some massive cleaning for a huge loss. I ended up finishing that in legit an hour, maybe even a little bit less than that, because I started right around 12:25 or so, and it's currently 1:24, and I'm heading on to our next job. So really, no harm, no foul. Just kind of embarrassing, and I'm going to have to text him, because what ended up happening is I was standing in the driveway, and I had my earbuds in, and they had like the sound deadening thing on, so I couldn't hear shit. And then all of a sudden I just started hearing this weird noise that didn't go along with the song, and it was the homeowner of that house, of the wrong house, trying to talk to me through their camera system. And so anyways, it ended up not being a big deal, and they were kind of laughing it off. I mean, clearly I wasn't there to do anything malevolent. I was carrying around blowers and buckets and stuff like that. So anyways, just kind of wild. That has genuinely never happened, and hopefully will be the last time that happens. So we'll anyways, it says I should be to our third job right around 2 o'clock, which is exactly on schedule. So I will see you there, and hopefully this one will go just as smooth. Third and final roof is right here. And then we've also got this detached garage that I already took care of. So I've already gone ahead and blown off the whole roof, and we're just powdering this one. So I've just got to powder this, and then we will be out of here. Making real good time. I accidentally went to the neighbors here again, but I knocked before I got started. So anyways, really cool spot though, on the river. Go fishing out your back door. Anyways, so I will catch you at home. We have just finished up our third and final job of the day. So we got paid and we are headed home. So ended up being a real good day. Went real smooth. So I only have one job scheduled for tomorrow, and to be fair, it is a good one. It's $545, I believe, after tax. And it really shouldn't take more than probably 2 hours or so. Really, the difficulty is I'm gonna have to do gutters from the ladders, because it's such a steep roof. But it's gutter and powder treatment. But the second job that I did today, that guy sent me an address for another house that he wants me to do. So I need to send out an estimate to him. I may be able to schedule him for tomorrow. as well as there is one other person that I need to send an estimate out to for, I believe, just a gutter cleaning that I could potentially even do tomorrow as well. And so I've got some options. It's 2:45 right now, and so I should be home right around probably 3:15. So in other words, I've got some time to hopefully get some stuff written up and sent out and potentially even scheduled for tomorrow, but we'll see. Definitely is just tapered off a bit. Unfortunately, the leaves just didn't come in when I really needed them to come in. That's partially, it's my fault. It's really, I shouldn't have tried running a different type of ad that I hadn't really tried much before or had very much success with before, when that was the ads that flopped. So anyways, no big deal though. So hopefully we can get at least one other thing scheduled for tomorrow and make that a good $1,000 day or so. So anyways, that's kind of that for the day. I don't really have any other updates as of right now. I think that this is kind of where I'll leave it for today. Had a good day and am looking forward to hopefully getting a last good day going for tomorrow. So I appreciate you watching. We're one day away from being able to do a full recap over this entire challenge or month or whatever you want to call it. And then I can tally up my totals. I can figure out how much I've spent in expenses. I can tally up how much revenue we've actually done, and kind of see where we're sitting and how we're going to finish this year off. So excited to get tomorrow done and being able to do this big kind of recap and see how we've actually done this month. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you tomorrow.